3, 2, 1. What's up, Tough Talkers? Welcome back to Tough Talk TV. I go by the name Steph. My partner here, Shaka. And what are we reacting to, my brother?
So today is a very interesting story. This is the tough topic that me and Stefan are going to get into every once in a while. This is about the Amazon workers that work for the company Amazon by Jeff Bezos going on strike.
Yeah.
Worldwide. Well, it's not worldwide, but it's happening around many different cities right now, much like Atlanta. I believe when I first saw glimpses of the story, there was a strike going on in New York too. But go ahead.
Let's play
the video.
Thousands of Amazon workers are set to walk off the job in just a few hours, bringing holiday deliveries to a standstill across the country.
The strike comes during the final days of the busy holiday shopping season. So the big question, will it affect your deliveries?
Yes.
John Fenolio live in the City of Industry at one of the facilities involved. John.
Sharon, Micah, the Teamsters Union says it is organizing Amazon workers at 10 facilities across the U.S., including this one here in the City of Industry. Workers are demanding better wages and safer working conditions, and they say they're prepared to upend holiday deliveries to have their voices heard.
Making history, who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
Tonight, thousands of Amazon workers across the country are preparing to walk off the job.
This is really exciting. You know, we're taking steps for ourselves to win better conditions, to win better benefits, better wages.
The Teamsters Union announcing the strike authorization late Wednesday, describing it as the largest against Amazon in U.S. history, set to begin early Thursday morning. Amazon workers are demanding higher wages, better benefits, and safer working conditions, insisting the company is refusing to negotiate with unionized employees. Teamsters General President Sean O'Brien releasing a statement saying in part, "If your package is delayed during the holidays, you can blame Amazon's insatiable greed. We gave Amazon a clear deadline to come to the table and do right by our members. They ignored it. These greedy executives had every chance to show decency and respect for the people who make their obscene profits possible. Instead, they've pushed workers to the limit, and now they're paying the price. This strike is on them." The strike authorization comes on the heels of a Senate investigation report released Sunday titled "The Injury Productivity Trade-Off: How Amazon's Obsession with Speed Creates Unique." Released Sunday.
They're saying a lot, so I gotta pause it right here because I used to work for Amazon, so I kind of understand what's going on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Insider. I'm not an insider. Let me stop. But it's an insider edition. Let me give y'all something now. But look, so basically, first things first.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Amazon is a very physical job. I'm not gonna lie. Whether you're working inside or outside, because there are many different layers to Amazon delivery station. In the warehouse, you could be a driver, you could be a delivery associate, you could be a person that's that works on the inside or whatnot with the conveyor belts, either packing the packages, receiving the packages, and putting them in the bags and all of this stuff for the drivers to come. So let me let you know, if you work on the inside, it's a 10-hour shift. 9 times out of 10, 4 days a week. That's what I worked and whatnot. It was hard, man. After every shift you come home, your body is tired. It is very it's very much not an easy job. Also, too, it's very kind of injury prone. Meaning that like working on that job, it's kind of easy to get an injury. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're working on the inside, because you're picking up boxes all day. One wrong twist, one wrong move, it's a wrap. For me, as in regards to the safety issues, Amazon was always really big on that, as opposed to other jobs that I worked for, like FedEx and all this stuff, in terms of making sure, like, all right, if you got any issue or whatever, you can sit down for a little minute or whatever, but you got to get back up and get back to work. But they weren't really gonna like allow you to work while you're injured. You know what I'm saying? As far as I remember, but like I said, it's a very hard job. The shit is not easy. You know what I'm saying? The shit is not easy.
I'm for it, man. Any strike that anybody does, because obviously SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA.
Who?
SAG-AFTRA.
SAG what?
Huh?
AFTRA.
Is AFTRA?
Yeah, AFTRA. That's what it is.
No, say it. SAG what?
SAG-AFTRA.
AFTRA.
Yes.
Wow.
Talking about the union for actors.
Right.
And the actors went on strike.
Yeah, they went on
the writers as well.
Pardon me, guys. I'm a little tired, but yeah, they went on their strike for a minute, you know, because they was just getting, they were, you know, the pay was unfair and all of that. So I'm all for the strikes, but you know, they're starting to implement fucking robots now in these warehouses.
That's
so
what I was gonna say.
Why this strike is going to leave a big impact, but at the same time, I can see why the executives are like, oh well. I can see why they don't care right now, because Elon is getting all these robots together.
Well, that's Jeff Bezos, but yeah, Elon is.
No, I know. This is Jeff Bezos, obviously, little baby Amazon, but I'm saying Elon is the one making the robots and shit.
It's a lot of different companies like that make robots, but Elon Musk right now is definitely the most popular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
it's gonna be him that implements all those robots in these different warehouses and stuff, and just for society. But that's beside the point. So I can see why the workers are like, yeah, I'm not about to be sitting here if I'm being underpaid, and it's safety hazards. Like, you feel me? Like, what do you mean? Like what you mean? I guess they don't care about you. When they don't care about your safety, nigga, why am I coming to work?
I won't say that they don't care about your safety, but it's not more important to get deliveries out. Basically,
that's always number one.
So basically, or whatnot. I'm not sure exactly what specifics they're talking about in terms of safety features.
Right.
Only thing that I can think about maybe the conveyor belts or whatnot, because it's very easy to get injured on those. But you're supposed to be wearing safety gloves, safety shoes.
Now I've
maybe what I can say is that for the amount of work that they do, they should get paid more considering the risk that they're taking. But I can't think of anything else safety wise that can be done. In terms of like from my point of view, from what I remember working there, in terms of making sure the job is more safe, maybe like giving more breaks, because that's one thing I'm bugging. The breaks, trash. In the 10-hour shift, you get a half an hour break and 2 15-minute breaks that are not really 10 minutes, that are not really 15 minutes. They're 10-minute breaks. You have like because basically once you stop working, like basically you're in the aisles or whatever. This is for the in-house workers, so people who work in the warehouses. Once you stay, they call a 15-minute break. That's when it starts. There's no time to go sit down. Your 15-minute break starts when you scan your. From when you scan, because they're watching everything that you do from when you scan your last package. So they want you like, all right, it takes you about 4 minutes or whatever to go to sit down, get your food or whatever, and you got maybe about 10 minutes. That's why they say don't like. For those breaks, you don't go away too far. But a half an hour break for a 10-hour shift is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. A 10-hour shift where it's a lot of manual labor.
And let me tell you something. I used to work in the FedEx warehouse. Oh, yeah, FedEx that shit was slavery. Terrible. Fucking terrible.
Terrible.
And I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I'm happy that you guys deliver, but fuck that warehouse shit. Respectfully. That shit was for the fucking birds, my nigga. The manual labor that you was doing for that little pay with that many hours was dog shit. You're bugging. Yeah. Niggas had me picking up motherfucking 95-inch TVs, nigga. And dressers. And beds. Okay? Yeah, the converter belt is there, but you gotta pick that shit up and slide it off on the side.
Nah, bro. Honestly,
no, that's what they said. They used to call those ICUs.
Yeah, I remember. I worked in FedEx.
But I would never recommend nobody work no warehouse for no FedEx. Or even if it's for Amazon. Like, fuck all that.
Personally,
hold on, before you get to that, I was going to say personally, too. That's crazy. Personally, I would rather have the robots work the major labor and us humans do the more or less labor, like, as far as, like, labeling shit, you know, just the easy stuff. Because no one should be busting their ass to be picking up these giant ass packages and all this stuff. I'm not doing that.
I disagree with you there.
You disagree with me, okay?
In terms of safety features, yeah, sure. But at the same time, it's like that's life. Like if we lived 10,000 years ago, or 5,000 years ago, we would have to be building our own houses. We have to be doing a lot of things for ourselves that involve like manual labor. So relatively speaking or whatnot, manual labor is not necessarily bad, but it needs to be like paid what it's worth. You know what I mean? I think that's the issue as long as with the safety thing. I think that there maybe should be allowed more breaks. And on your point about FedEx is worse than Amazon to me.
Absolutely worse.
FedEx is
that shit's the bottom of the bottom, nigga. Like
terrible.
Bottom of my shoe, bro.
With Amazon, there's like we have the conveyor belts coming down. Like you're standing on the conveyor belts for moving packages off of it to be put in these aisles. Like, and these people are inside the aisles taking the packages off these little carts or whatever and putting them in bags. With FedEx, the conveyor belt is literally like it's coming down. A lot of
but it's low.
Yeah,
it's very low.
It's on the floor. It's coming on the floor.
That shit is low as fuck.
And only I think you said the ICUs, like the big packages.
That's the only ones that you got. You could just allow it to go all the way down to the bottom, or you can take it off the belt and then put it on the side of the
and you
trucks.
have people on the side scanning it as it's coming down or whatever, all the stuff there at FedEx. So with FedEx, the thing that I hated about it was when I worked there was like the conveyor belt it rolls into the truck. So you're walking in the truck with the rollers that's coming with the packages coming down. If you fall and bust your ass, slip on one of them rollers,
you can break your finger.
Anything. It's over.
Fuck yourself up.
So you have to be very careful working at FedEx or whatever, and they don't care about you at all. Like Amazon, they care about you a little more. Like
FedEx don't care.
It was a guy that lost a piece of his finger or whatever that was still working there. I said, why are you still working here, my brother? You should own this factory. You lost a piece of your finger working here. Is you crazy? But they got so many rules and stipulations, and it's hard to get workers' comp with them. And if you do get injured, I heard, unless you've been there for a long time or something like that. But FedEx trash. Amazon,
my manager was fucking trash.
Yeah.
Fucking slave worker. Like, he didn't care about any of our health conditions. Like, anybody can come in there with like a sore arm or whatever the case may be. He's like, nah, get to work. Like, I hated fucking working there. And also, just to go to your point about you disagreeing with the robots taking over for the hard labor, only reason why I say that is because we're not talking about 10,000 years ago. We're in 2024, going into 2025, where these AI bots are coming, regardless of how you feel. And I think we need to utilize them to the best of our abilities. We already know how to do everything and build everything. No, I'm not gonna say everything. That's just over exaggerating.
No,
but we already have the blueprints and shit infrastructures that we know how to build.
But that's the thing.
I'm just saying, we should put those robots in, on AI bots, to do that side, while we focus on other things that can expand society. That's what I feel like.
I think it should be a combination of both, because what you're saying,
that's what I say.
But what I'm saying, I'm talking about in terms of like, it shouldn't be like take away the manual labor,
okay.
Because we know how to do it now, but like 20 years from now, we're not going to know how to do it. People are not going to know how to do it. Like, if I asked you to go outside right now and start a fire, you wouldn't know how to do it, because it's a stove in your house that does it for you. So you don't need to learn how to do that shit. So when you take away the necessity, the need to learn how to do something, 9 times out of 10 people are not going to learn how to do it. So you see how, like, over generations, how our grandfathers be like, our fathers be like, this generation is weak, we're soft because we don't know how to do shit. Like, we don't understand, like, because we haven't been through as much as they went through. It's truth to that. And also, too, when it comes to evolution, if you stop lifting up things, if you stop working out, if you stop knowing how to pick up certain things or whatever, going down the line, the human species will get weaker and weaker genetically. In terms of, like, being able to actually be having the strength and the nutrients to be able to even do that.
Okay, so
For example, I'm gonna give you an example right now, right? Because people think, oh, you sound crazy. What? Like dogs or whatever, or certain animals that shed fur, right? Or sheep. There are certain species of sheep that don't shed naturally anymore. They used to shed naturally, where you didn't have to like shave them. But because they become domesticated, a lot of animals are being domesticated. They lost a lot of things that they were able to do back then. You know what I'm saying? When they first were, like, for example, like the sheep don't really shed like that anymore as much as they used to. Like, they can shed their whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been domesticated and they've been getting shaved for like hundreds of years now or whatever, or decades now. They've lost the ability to shed their own skin.
Okay.
Or shed their own joint.
Okay, so just one point. So I can understand where you're coming from as far as like with society not being able to do the hard labor, you're just conditioning them to become more weaker, right? And more dependent. Okay, here's my thing. You can learn how to go make. We're gonna use your example. If we're using making a fire, I don't know how to make a fire. Just using an example. I can go look that shit up on YouTube. I'm saying, we already have the tools to figure out what we want to do, right? I'm saying to you, as far as us people, we're going to naturally evolve all the time. So if we're not working on the hard labor, we got the robots to do that. Then we can expand our minds to doing other things. We can create other shit.
What you just not saying in terms of, do you stay with that example?
Right, yeah, go to YouTube. Yeah.
If you was dropped off,
that was an example.
If you got stranded anywhere, dropped off in the middle of the jungle where you have no reception, no access to YouTube, you don't have that skill, so you don't know how to do it. There's no way. There's no book you can read. I mean, you can carry a book with you, but it's like there's
Right.
like, what are you really gonna do if you didn't have the internet or if like the grid shut down?
Go out there and do it.
How?
Go out. As far as the example is, learn how to.
So the fight,
Make a
how?
fight?
Yeah.
You would have to do a lot of You have to do a lot of trail. And you have to fail a lot, so not trail bugging.
Yeah, fail.
You have to fail a lot.
Shit, who knows?
But you'll figure it out.
That's if you got that time. If you starving, if it's been days and you still
No, you're
that
dead.
fire,
You're probably dead.
You know what I'm saying? But that's my whole point.
That's my thing though.
That's
we're not
part
in,
of it.
But that's what I'm saying though. We're not in those times though. We're in the times where technology is at an all time.
But what
high,
I'm saying
right?
is, it's very easy for us to go back to those times in the sense of like you can go on a trip tomorrow to out the country, like when I went to Costa Rica or whatever, and be put in the middle of nowhere, and like you get lost and now you don't know how to survive. It's very easy for you to be reverted back to that time period.
Here's the thing though.
So in
with
case of
all the
emergencies,
tools, having all that access to all the tools, right? You have the necessary tools to figure that out for yourself.
No, you don't, because if I dropped you off in the middle of Costa Rica or somewhere in South America where there's no reception, you would not have no tools to learn nothing.
No, I'm saying before you even get to that. Why would I get? If you talking about the example of just being dropped the fuck off somewhere.
No. Or if you got
I'm
lost,
talking about.
or if you went somewhere like because it's been plenty of times where I went out the country or went somewhere and I got lost or whatever. Or I couldn't get, you know what I'm saying, and I had to use my human. For example, not knowing how to read directions when you're driving on the road because we're used to using GPS. That's a prime example. If someone who's younger than us who's never had to do that or whatever and shit, they may not know to do that or how to do that because they're so used to using GPS.
Correct.
So,
I'm not saying.
So if they've been put in a position where if maybe their phone died, there's no access to no navigation on the thing, whatever the situation is, they're not gonna know how to direct themselves because they lost that skill.
And I understand that because you can definitely condition yourself to being very dependent on technology, and that's just with anybody in general.
No, for sure.
Dependent on anything. But if you as a person are not going to take the time out to learn these tools for survival, then you just kind of assed out. Because how much goddamn help do you need? How much baby walking do you need? Is how much, you know what I'm saying? It's like us being pacified all day. Like, enough.
That's what it is, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's going more and more to that because we're becoming more and more dependent on corporations to supply us with things in order to help to survive. We couldn't survive on our own as sheep or as consumers because we're so dependent on technology given to us by so-called smarter men.
Right. And listen, I think this is an excellent take. I want you guys to let us know how you guys felt about this because we pretty much don't have to finish that. Let us know in the comment section below how you guys felt
about this
whole strike.
How is it going to affect your gifts? Have you gotten any delayed packages coming with Amazon in the past week and a half? You know what I'm saying? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section below. We love you guys. We out.